All right, hello everyone. It's mysticjuicer back with some more IYL action. This time playing against Jadiel and opening Troc. I don't know too much about Jadiel as a player, so I figure, hey, let's play Troc. He's got a very strong matchup against basically the whole cast. I know that Jadiel has played a little bit of DeGrey. And Troc versus DeGrey is pretty good. I think it's probably a little bit Troc advantaged, maybe more than a little bit Troc advantaged. But it is by no means unreasonable for either side. Open up with 4 attack. Just want to protect against any kind of pile bunker or throw shenanigans. Normals in the early part of the game only really lose to either ace dodge or low normals from DeGrey side. And why would you play low normals as DeGrey? Because you've got massive punishing tools, so you should definitely play those instead and let Troc 4s and 5s really ruin your day. So the one thing we're going to try to avoid as much as possible in this matchup is, yeah, see, that's just not right. We shouldn't be losing these combats. these threes should not be coming out at all. So nicely done by Jadiel, not being fooled, realizing that 2s and 3s can be quite effective and good in the neutral. Because in this matchup, king throw is basically like any other throw. It's actually a little bit riskier than most. Actually, it's definitely riskier than most other matchups, just because DeGrey has very limited tools for, or very limited low normals. He's got 2s, 3s, and that's it. His 4s are block dodge, and then he's got 5s, 6s, and 7s, which all beat your king. So, and then he's got, pile bunker, which is always super rough to just be walked into. So we get to bully a little bit here in the early part of the game. Take him down to below 50 quite rapidly. We have no attached blocks, though. We're pretty much just winning by winning combat. I've got single ace in hand and 3 8s, but I want to hold on to those 8s for blocks and throw follow-up. Expecting an anti-king play here, hence the block. See if I can get some of that attached. So far, nothing. He has confirmed that he's got an ace, though. So going for an going for a big duff here, but instead he counter duffs me. Should have played the jack, unfortunately. Get out footsied here. And that could turn into some hurt. Luckily, he just combos into the jack, and he is ahead of me on cards, so no additional free damage there. We don't get any attached blocks. We essentially return to neutral. We continue to know that he has at least a single ace in hand. Probably doesn't have double ace in hand because he didn't follow up the 5 with double ace instead of jack. So now the question is he going to dodge? No, goes for the 10 throw, taking advantage of the fact that I would kind of retreat into myself a little bit. I know he's got the dodge. I know that he probably has big duffs. So maybe I'll hedge against both of those by just blocking. And instead I get lit up. Okay, powers up for 2 aces. So he has known 3 aces in hand, 5 mystery cards. We could use the War Stomp here, try to go for a queen, poke out something. So with 3 known aces, I was expecting him to actually just go for the dodge. And he bamboozles me quite effectively with the 5 here. Ignores my face down, gets that damage. 32 to 46, so nicely returning back into the game here. Okay, so he still has ace-ace. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, you've got ace-ace, so you're probably going to want to combo into it. You're less likely to dodge here. So I'm expecting either a throw or a pile bunker. So either the queen or the jack is a smart play there, or I could just go for eagle totem. It's unlikely with the hand size that I have and the life total that I have that I'm going to go for Beast Unleashed here. And he is still at 46, so it wouldn't even really be lethal at this point. Yeah, opting for the Q because I don't want to get raw ace-ace against slow jack, or fast jack for that matter. Instead, eat a king, take that damage to the face. Okay. Knock DeGrey down. Still 2 known aces, 3 mystery cards in hand. So, same logic as last turn. Same response from Jadiel. Like, oh, okay, well, probably don't have many dodges. Very safe assumption. Don't want to get crossed up by anything. It's pretty safe. Don't have 2 attached blocks, so you can't even dodge into 45. That's no threat. Third king comes out. I'm making some sort of face in my matchup camera, which you can't see, but trust me on this. It's quite a face. Okay, so we get 1 attached block. That is 3 simultaneous kings in a row. At some point, I'm expecting point counterpoint to come out, so I know I need to have against DeGrey with lethal on board, especially with 7 hit points, which is below his throw damage. You do have to have attack in your range a little bit because he can reveal a 7 and beat everything except an attack. Okay, we block out a queen. So we can get Beast Unleashed here if we power up the 8s. 3 hit points to go. Double check my chip damage here. I believe the king deals 2, the jack deals 2, the queen deals 4. I don't know how much double ace deals. Did not power up for Beast Unleashed, which is a mistake, I feel like. I could have a potential checkmate set up if I... Or no, sorry, no, I wouldn't be checkmate because it doesn't knock down. Instead, we're going to die by playing the queen here. I was just expecting the 7. So likely. But he may have thought, oh, okay, well, I mean, I know that you potentially have Beast Unleashed. Right? You can't play either dodge, or you can't just play dodge or Beast Unleashed raw because 7 beats both sides of that. So an attack is fairly likely, and I don't even die if you Beast Unleashed me, so why not go for it? Okay, rematch game 2. Start off with a king here. Get bunked in the face directly. So not a great way to start the game for sure. But we didn't have any low normals, and I didn't really want to play jack in neutral. Instead, we take a fair amount of damage here. 30 off the top. That is a hell of a way to start the game. Okay, we do have the Joker, so that's nice. Try to block our way up into something here. Okay, he's doing the same thing. So we can probably play a little bit safe, is what I'm thinking at the moment. I can probably go block again. Okay, successful. Whoa, we're halfway there. He's got 6 cards in hand. He has been going lower hand here. So potentially we can get some value off of those war stomps. So I'm going to hold on to those for as long as possible, see if he puts himself in a precarious situation, see if we can pick up some additional war stomps. That's always important. So we're looking pretty good. We've got we've got Hidden Beast Unleashed. Cashing out some face cards for damage. He's on fairly low hand. We draw additional aces. So everything's looking pretty good right now. The only issue is we don't have any normals to play. The normals are really what I want to be playing right now, as I do have the Joker, so I can protect myself from any dodges, especially ace dodges. Get hit with the point counterpoint here. Just going to allow this to happen. We're still doing fairly well life-wise. Although that card differential is definitely pulling out some value. Okay, inviting the Raw Beast Unleashed. The 8 attack is actually, well, no, the 8 or king both lose to Pile Bunker, so I would rather play the king, which at least beats dodges. We've got him at 50 now. We just need to, we've got 3 war stomps, so that's also excellent. Probably going to use those as dodges though. We're going to feign like we don't have any. Now we're in a bit of a tricky situation. Kind of have to Eagle Totem here is my thinking. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, yes, we prevent the damage. He is going to know we have Beast Unleashed, though. Either that or it's some sort of weird super bluff. So he should now think we have no dodges. I don't know why I'm considering playing that instead of the 10. Because we have just blocked. I suppose this, because it's not lethal to Beast Unleashed, and now it is. I guess that's not a bad call. I do now have the alternate win condition of just hit him with Eagle Totem twice. Not sure why I'm queening here instead of... Oh, okay, yeah, I guess Wake Up point counterpoint is pretty good. He hit me with a couple of Wake Up Kings in the last game. Or one Wake Up King, but it definitely, 3 kings in a row was the sequence. So I'm checking to see if he's uppercut heavy. Therefore, I want to dodge in that situation. Therefore, playing the 7 is very safe. Okay, we hit with Eagle Totem. So now Beast Unleashed is off the table. We just need to deal 11 damage. Using War Stomp here feels pretty good, I think. But also no reason not to conserve it, really. So he should know that I've got 2 other aces, so king is fairly likely here. Okay, no, hits me with the queen instead. So this is a rough situation because he can just choose to take it, yeah. So he's going to deal 15 and knock me down. War Stomp diffused. Gets a single ace. which is not ideal. Okay, double ace. So he's got mystery card and double ace. I no longer have any jokers. Eagle Totem does beat his double ace move, but he could just dodge it. Could use the threat of the two aces to get the successful dodge off to discourage me from throwing just by having them in hand. I am knocked down, so the temptation is, it's more likely for me to want to wake up ace-ace. That's the safest thing for me to do. And I'm just playing into it. I'm just playing level 1. And luckily that works out. Cash in the 20 and kill. So we are 1-1. He gets an opportunity to counterpick here. Taking a moment to think about it. Okay, nope, sticks with DeGrey. Not a bad pick at all. We start off with 2 jokers. That's a pretty excellent start. Not sure why I'm throwing with the 4 rather than with the king, to be quite honest. They're going to lose to the same thing. And again, I would rather have the 4 as a poke. 4 is a very good attack in this matchup. It protects you from throws. It protects you from pile bunkers. So all of that is quite good. Okay, we got a nice bit of damage in here in the early part of the game. But we did lose to an advantaged start in the first match, so definitely not out of the running here. Okay, happy to poke out a pile bunker, even though I have nothing to combo into it. Still seeing a queen hit the discard without dispensing its full payload into my face is always a nice thing to see. So I'm picturing that he doesn't really have anything left. So I think it's a pretty good opportunity for me to go in with some damage. Not going to follow up. Still in a good spot. We pick up a 5 so we can attack with that. Or we could try to block some sort of wake-up attack. Gets us with the wake-up throw. The next level plays. Okay, combos into king. It's nice. We're not going to have to deal with that in neutral or on wake-up. Or at least we'll have to deal with it slightly less. Go ahead and block again. He's going to go ahead and throw me again. Good stuff. Good stuff, Jadiel. I've got no more blocks in hand. Wake up 5. Wake up 5 is very safe. I've got 2 jokers. Gets a block off, and he has a few more options in hand as a result. We pick up a queen. So we're basically in the same position we were just a second ago. Powers up for single ace. Go ahead and play the queen there because it plays into the obvious play. And it protects against stuff that exploits kind of hesitation. So I noticed the last time when, in the very first game where he powered up for aces, immediately afterwards he went for the throw. And I blocked that throw, so took that damage straight to the face. I'm hedging against double ace here and thankfully prevent 6 into AA, which would have been a massive amount of damage. Just take 5 for my trouble. Go up in hand size, which isn't great, but again, I still have the second joker. He's at 5 cards, so his options should be fairly constrained. Gonna knock him down. to further constrain those options. And just try for some blocks. Okay, yeah. Block a joker, which is very nice to see. Means that his hand is probably pretty bad. So seeing that, I'm definitely, so the layer 1 thing to do after seeing that is just immediately to start throwing. But I do have to mix in, I've got some jacks that I can mix in here to protect myself against anti-throw plays. I think I've dealt with 3 pile bunkers now. I think that's the 4th one. Very glad not to be taking what would have been an absurd amount of face damage. Lots of jacks in hand. Definitely going to try for a 5 or a 6 mix up here, I think. Okay, hit a 7 throw on wake up. And draw ourselves a straight, so that's very, very nice. Get to cash that out, get an additional ace. He's now going to contend with double ace for lethal. I can probably war stomp here, yeah, just to put the pressure on. Gets rid of a 6. I've got to worry about the fact that he's got a king or a block. So I'm going to go ahead and dodge and get thrown for my trouble. Not gonna face down or anything against this because he's got only 2 cards left in hand. I'm not worried about what those cards are. Wake up ace ace is very strong here. He's only played a single king, so I could go for a block to hedge against king. Okay, glad I went for the block. So we know he's got single ace. He's basically playing a anti-grappler range now. He's got to play a single ace to beat my attacks and attacks to beat my throws. And there we go. So does he have the second joker and will I hedge against it? The answer is I don't care. I want to try to win. He does have the joker. He remains alive. He gets some more cards in hand. Go ahead and power up the jacks. Because rather than win combat twice, I just need to win combat once if I do this. So either I play ace ace and kill him if it succeeds, or I throw him and he dies because he's now played both jokers. Okay, kings. Still kings. Yeah, so the temptation, the decision point is, do I want to dodge or do I want to war stomp and then dodge? And quick check that he's got both jokers spent, and that will be game 3. So we go up 2-1. And set up for match point. Okay, start with 2 aces in hand. That's nice. He's opened pretty aggressive, so actually just playing the jacks would be pretty good, I think. And from his perspective, I've opened up pretty aggressive, so playing a 2 into something seems pretty reasonable, seems pretty good. 19 damage off a 2, goes down 1 card. Pretty good damage efficiency. Okay, block a pile bunker. So he is about that life. He is about that raw pile bunker life. So we've got to make adjustments in our play. We've got the 3 hidden aces, so we're going to try to hit that. No blocks though, so It's time to play some bull charges. Okay, cash in some damage. It's not a bad life. Draw second block. So second block is tempting here. Lock out a pile bunker, which is nice. We get that secret Beast Unleashed technology. Yeah, immediately go for the dodge. It's very high likelihood to work here because, again, I haven't powered up for anything. He doesn't really probably need to think about defending himself, and instead we'll just deal 45 damage and basically take the game. Yeah. 3 ace characters with 3 ace supers, man. Really, really scary. If a grave dodges you on turn 3, you probably want to face down, and the truth is just the same for Troc. Okay, turtles up. Expecting some further jacks, probably. We've got 4 8s in hand. Those are all going to be converted. Walk ourselves right into some massive ass damage. Yeah, definitely going to face down here, if only to reduce the payload just slightly. Still going to take about 30 damage here. 28. And Jadiel not out of the game yet. Equalizing things in rapid fashion. Okay. No throws to play, so just going to play the blocks is the logic there. He confirms that he's got single ace. We draw into our fourth our fourth ace silently. So again, now we have this moment of confusion, of uncertainty. He immediately capitalizes on that with a 10 throw. And face down the 9, which is my least valuable card. Definitely tense stuff. The fact that he didn't follow that up really makes me think that he's got ace-ace. So I've got to be worried about him comboing into it. Luckily, he just dodges again, so we get to stand up with a relatively low risk. I should definitely be considering powering up those 3 8s. The 4th one is in the discard, so they're never going to be more effective than that. I don't really think I'm going to win off of having attached blocks. So just cashing them out seems fine. Luckily, we poke out a 6, trying to find some sort of king or just a regular throw with that. Powers up for 2. That is going to put him at a 7-card hand, so not low enough for us to war stomp him into oblivion. Holding on to the 8 there just because I need to be able to have some option to combo off of a normal throw. So that if I throw into the 8, I put him at 16, I can potentially chip him out with queen or ace-ace. And it's not like having 3 aces in hand is particularly effective. I know that he's got exactly 3 cards. So he's got exactly 3 aces at least in hand. So if I war stomp 3 times, he will have 3 aces and a mystery card. I do have to worry about Wake Up King here. So if I think of Wake Up King is likely, I want to dodge. I'm hedging here against either Wake Up Ace-Ace or 7 throw. And hit neither of those things. do put him at 15, which is nice. I do have lethal now off of throw into 8. I don't have, well, I have lethal off of attack, but it's not a particularly effective attack. I would have to normal him here in order to make that happen. 3 mystery cards and 3 aces. I have a difficult decision, to be quite honest. The king is the lethal play, but he's probably going to play around the lethal play. But do I want to spend the queen when I would rather have that in neutral is the question. Not sure about that. Okay, I'm happy with this particular outcome because it at least removes 2 aces from his hand. He'll have 1 ace and 3 mystery card or 4 mystery cards on his next turn. Just going to go ahead and knock him down again. Waking up double ace tells me he probably does not have king. So I don't need to hedge around king. Instead, oh, I'm actually really surprised about that. Yeah, I would have thought that I would go for a normal attempt there because I'm more worried about something like a big attack. Like if that had been a 5, I would have been in real actual trouble. So luckily we don't get hit with the 5. Gonna go ahead and block here because it's unlikely that he has lethal damage in hand. Thank goodness I do and he didn't throw me. So we get the remaining 2 aces out of his hand. Really did not expect that. Luckily was out of slow jacks or kings. Now we get to put the pressure on. We get double ace in hand. And we have the lethal mix-up or lethal potential mix-up if he does not have a king. And again, all of his previous plays have pretty heavily implied that he doesn't have the king. So we can go for throw lethal or we can go for ace-ace lethal. Last time we just played ace-ace. So I'm hoping he's scared. He was not as scared as I had hoped. Is the outcome of that particular exchange. Gets double ace. So I still have the dominant attack. I do not have a throw though. Okay, there we go. We drew a throw. Now we've got to think about how things are going to go. So if he's got a dodge, he can play the dodge and beat ace-ace. If he has a 7, he can beat my throw and potential dodge that I don't have. But we'll go ahead and risk it and hope we don't get absolutely trounced here on a lethal ace-ace play, which would actually be lethal. It would not deal 20. It would deal exactly 21 damage because it is 2 cards. So the ending hands would be 5 versus 4. He gets the additional high ground damage and kills me exactly. So I have to count on the fact that he's not going to play ace-ace there, and luckily he does not. Close out the game 3-1. So tense stuff, definitely close games for the most part. Even that last game, which started with opening Hidden Beast Unleashed, went fairly close. So well played, Jadiel, nicely done. And thanks everybody for watching. Until next time, enjoy yourselves some completely hidden turn 3 Beast Unleashed. And some Yomi, if you feel like it. Cheers.